Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, viewers. I hope you all had a happy holidays. Welcome back to Requiem for London. Our scene is set tonight with one Chloe Brothers. Well, would you mind letting us know, Miss Brothers, what exactly you're doing this night? Whatever it is, the Mythic League is definitely on edge. A lot of them are sort of running around trying to find their missing leader, the noble Mortimer Fitzgerald, the brains behind their little operation, and so much more to them, these awestruck mortals, these loyal herd to the Deva. But that is not what's on Miss Brother's mind. What is on Miss Brother's mind tonight?
Where the fuck is Chloe?
Don't you mean Mortimer?
Clubby. He's still clubby in her mind. But yes, Morty. Yeah.
Oh, Cloverfield. But that is a tale for another story. You
All right.
continue. Describe what she's doing right now.
Well, she's already talked to Josh, who approached her and said, "Hey, do we need to worry?" And she is firmly put her foot down and said, "We will worry when I start to worry. Am I worrying? No, I'm not." And after he left, she just plainly spat out, "I am so fucking worried." And then the next morning, or the next evening, when she saw that he's still not home, she said, "That's it. His ass is getting tracked and he's getting his ass dragged home, and he better be in some sort of trouble to explain why he's been missing these past few nights. Because if he is just hanging out with his circle friends, there's not going to be a fucking building standing."
Indeed. Shall we say, if nothing else, that Miss Brothers is a tad bit miffed tonight?
I think that's an understatement.
Indeed. Then you will, of course, be just as surprised when, you will hear a knock at the door.
Josh, I've already told you, as she's walking over to go open the door, I am getting ready to go out looking again, okay? And she opens the
He'll just
door.
sort of poke his head out from the other adjoined room, going, I didn't call anyone.
Josh, close the door.
You got it, as he just does so instinctively, sort of without any, leader. He's just sort of gravitating towards the nearest source of strength, which would be Miss Brothers at this moment.
And she'll try to, see if she can get a scent off of what's behind door number one.
As you do so, you will smell a familiar scent. You don't even need to roll for it. It is Mr. Brooks, I believe, the kindly caretaker of the travel lodge. But you'll notice another smell that's sort of mixed, but it's sort of occluded to you right now. It's very faint, but it's very familiar, both in a good and a very bad way. As you look through the peephole, you'll see him just sort of looking around. You can tell that he might be a bit tipsy. You can maybe even smell the alcohol on his breath right now, probably the wine. But he's carrying a rather precarious box in his hands that appears to be addressed to one Chloe Brothers, and he'll just sort of ring the doorbell again.
She'll open the door.
Mr. Brooks will greet you because no one can do Mr. Brooks like our dear friend Mr. Stitches.
Yes.
And we'll basically have you sign the forms, like a package was delivered to the Travelodge. They normally don't accept mail, but because you've been paying so handsomely to stay here these past month, they are willing to make an exception. So just sign these forms, yada yada yada, legal, and then after that he'll continue just going back the way he came, down to the receptionist desk.
Thank you, Mr. Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just eyeballing this box.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of very peculiar smells. Now is when you would want to Make that wits plus composure roll. As some
4.
of the Mythic League are beginning to poke their heads out now, again, the door to the other room is opened, and Josh is now sticking his head out and maybe is halfway through the threshold.
Don't you guys have research to be doing?
And like that, they go like scattering back to the laptop into the other room. There's already like a diagram of several haunted, in air quotes, locations around London that they can begin filming at.
Yes, especially since I told them no even day filming at Epping Forest right now.
Oh, they haven't been doing any research on Epping Forest, although maybe Joss might get a bit curious every now and then, but he's not having the project focus on that. But that's not what's concerning you right now. Please roll me that wits plus composure.
Okay. Oh man. 4 successes.
So close indeed. So, you smell two distinct scents. One is very familiar, one Mortimer Fitzgerald.
Oh god.
The other is a smell you haven't smelled in a very long time that makes your blood turn to ice.
Oh no.
An ancient smell from the depths of your memories. A
No.
smell that you have been waiting to smell again ever since you came to London. You find yourself opening the box, even though you have no control, desperate, and as you open it, you will find a leg, specifically neatly placed inside of the box, or should I say a foot, more or less. And attached to this little foot is a note that appears to have blood smeared on the very top of it. The scent that you recognize. What does Miss Brothers do?
Well, I was gonna say, before she even opens the box or even looks at the box, she would lock both the doors to the conjoining room and the.
It was sort of one fluid action, I would assume, just like a sort of thing.
Yeah, because as soon as she opens the box and she sees the leg and knows, oh god, that is
It's
freaking Bodhi's
sort of.
leg.
I mean, like if it was a leg, Mr. Brooks might have enough trouble carrying it up the stairs.
A foot. Yes, sees the foot. She's gonna give out this very scared yelp and
Well,
like
that will
drop the
draw
box.
all of the Mythic League immediately as they gather around, and then there's several more yelps from members of the Mythic League, as they too would recognize that foot anywhere. But the letter is now just sort of on the floor as the foot is probably tumbled out onto the Travelodge carpet as the box fell and tilted over.
Go put that in the sink in the bathroom right now.
And
Everybody,
there's
go
again a
back to
flurry
fucking
of motion.
research.
And again, they're just almost running into each other as they're just like blindly obeying. But there is panic in the room. People are looking at each other. Words are being said without language. Looks tell entire stories of a person's feeling, and the feeling is all the same: worry, profound worry for their master, for their leader, for your friend. But the letter remains on the floor, and the that blood, that smell, that sick, disgusting smell of the one, the one you've left your home country for, sailed across the ocean despite the tyranny of the sun, gazing down upon you for days, if not weeks. The one you've been searching for almost every night just to distract yourself from the fight that you and Mortimer had. There, the blood, you almost want to just spit at it. Your beast gnashes its teeth. It is the blood of him. And the note still remains on the floor, unopened. What does Chloe
She makes
do?
sure the fucking door to the adjoining room is closed and locked. And she will put a fucking chair underneath the doorknob before she picks up that note and sits down and reads it.
As you do that, you are going to realize that there's still one person in the room. It is of course, one of the Mythic League members. Let me bring up the thing real fast. Do I wrote down all the names? Little Marley had not had enough time to go to the other room when you said all that, and she's
She
again like a full
spins the
adult,
chair.
but again like just half as tall as you are, just sort of looking up very concerned at the foot, and then at you, and the note, and then at you.
She spins the chair out from underneath the doorknob, unlocks the door,
Uh,
opens the door, motions her in.
mhm. As your producer for the Mythic League just sort of gives you a quick hug and then goes into the other room. Again, she's like probably like 5 foot tall, maybe like 4.3, you know what I mean. But the point is that there's a little moment of sort of like it's going to be all right, she hopes. And then she joins the rest of the Mythic League on the other side of the door, and click, lock, door, chair. The portal is sealed, and again you're left with the foot and the note.
Picks up the note. Keeps
And
walking
again,
around and reading it. I'm not sitting down for this.
actually smeared on the very top of the note, almost like a claw mark. There's no wax seal, no nothing, but it was very specifically done that way. It's almost to send a message.
Reads the note.
And it reads as follows. Dearest, beloved daughter, I'm glad to find out that you are well, and I am impressed. I had always hoped that it was within our blood, our family, to honor the hunt, and the fact that you and your friend tracked me down across the seas warms my heart to see that you would follow the hunt through towards the end. I do not hate you for wanting my head. I had utterly failed you as a mortal father, but that is because I have always been this way. And this is underlined specifically. I am not fit for society, and my failures had led you toward your current condition, and forever denied you the glory of the wilds. But I can still make up for that. That is why I have spared your friend. He did well. He did not show fear, and he fought valiantly. But he was foolish to go alone. Any pack must stick together if they are to survive in this world.
Oh, God.
So, I am going to test the strength of your pack, my daughter. Your friend is not completely dead, but he is my prisoner. I am going to set him loose, and we are going to have a hunt when the bitch Luna is full to bursting and crawls across the sky once more. You have until then to rescue him. I honestly wish you luck, and I hope that I will see you on your sacred hunt when you do finally come for my blood. I will be waiting, and I will fight you with the fullest of my strength.
Oh, God.
Sincerely, Zachary Brothers. P.S.
Motherfucker. Yes.
Do not think I am fooling. Do not think that I will spare him again. If you cannot look after your own, then they are unworthy, or worse, then you have failed them as an alpha. He will die if you cannot retrieve him. And the note ends.
Yeah, and that'll be when she goes, motherfucker. Chucks a note across the room, like balls it up in her hand, and just goes,
So, what's going through Chloe's mind right now?
the fucker's gonna die. Oh, God, and checking, like, when the full moon is.
Um, I know it's like the gibbous moon right now, so you at least almost have like half a lunar calendar until the full moon comes out again.
Gibbous?
Yeah, it's the gibbous moon right now.
Hold on, let me remember what. That's a
I'm
nearly
gonna
full
say
moon.
that Chloe is going onto her laptop right now and frantically looking up when the next full moon is.
Gibbous moon is nearly full moon. Just saying. It's like a few days. A few days.
Oh no, you gotta understand. It was the full moon. Now it is like
Oh, the.
the gibbous moon.
Okay. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Shit. I was going to warn him. I was going to warn him that fucking Epping Forest has fucking wolves in it, and he didn't. He fucking cut me off.
Well, you don't know you're in Epping Forest. In fact, you don't really know anything at all, except that you have a bit of Zachary Brothers' blood and Mortimer Fitzgerald's foot in your possessions right now. In fact, you don't really know what happened or where he was last seen. I mean, this is where it will really fall upon Chloe Brothers to, again, find out what happened. So, what does she do?
Well,
You do have some time. That is the most important thing. But by the look of it, you are going to be competing against what he described as a group of young ones. You're not exactly sure what that means, though, but if it's any indicator, especially from what you suspect he might have become, especially after what you saw him do in New Orleans, it's probably the neonate equivalent of whatever the hell he is now.
son of a bitch. Waiting for the messages back from Adriana because I'm supposed to meet up with her because I was asking for a meeting so we can discuss about Morty missing. Well, I'm just going to be able to bring more evidence to the board now. And I had asked Roadkill to see if he could ask Johnny if she has any circle friends.
Indeed, so these next following nights will be very crucial as you pick up the trail. But again, it's very strange that he has assumed you have a group of people working for you, though. It is almost as though he's thinking on a different level of logic right now than you are.
I have no allies. I have a
Well,
very, very
not
small list of
necessarily,
friends.
as you probably can at least hear all the heartbeats sort of cramped up next to the door. Just listening is probably like several ears are on the door that is barred, locked, and has a chair up against it.
Quietly removes the chair, unlocks the door, and then gives it like a
Again,
minute.
there's a brief scattering. You can hear the heartbeats scattered to around the room as you open the door and see everyone pretending to look like they weren't listening intently as you were reading that note.
No. I was gonna quietly like move the chair and unlock the door and then wait and just be like, and what's behind door number one? And slam it open.
Hmm. Fortunately, Mortimer's probably done that trick a bit too many times, but again, you can't count it against the Mythic League for not learning from the old tricks.
Morty is going to be fine. Understood?
As they all go, yes, what can we do?
I don't know.
As
I'm okay.
Josh will just sort of raise a hand and go, if you want, we can just sort of retrace his footsteps. I mean, if this was some sort of you know, project, and we're like trying to find the last known location of a missing person, like in oh gosh, like in Atlanta, then we can just find out where he was last seen, who last spoke to him. I mean, he was supposed to meet with somebody named Peter Kime in Soho.
Peter time.
Yeah, that's a start, right?
How do you know you had a meeting with Peter Kime?
Because
Check
it
his
said
phone records.
on the note, as he just like,
What
how?
note?
I don't have his phone. Is he'll just go look here, and then he'll show him sort of like the weekly schedule that Mortimer had written up, and it's a meeting with Circle member is like PK, in Soho, and that was again you'll remember it's like it's you met him in the park shortly after that, and apparently this Peter stood him up, or at least had to cancel or something because he didn't end up meeting him. But that was when you had your fight. It was after that that you sort of lost track with him, but like next on the list was go to the Union Arms and meet with someone named Madame Demont.
Okay. And when I say check his phone records, I mean go onto AT&T.com, look up Bill, and go into phone list.
As they'll just sort of look at each other and go, the boss didn't give us his like email and stuff, you know? He was really private about that.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever thought that maybe me and him had shared phone number or shared phone plan? I can't keep track of finances.
Oh yeah. We never thought of that before, as they'll just sort of ask for your like account number and like password.
Blah. Gives it to them.
Mhm. As it does seem that there was
cbcourier@yahoo.com.
a few numbers that he did get into contact with appears to be again like numbers you're not really familiar with, but you do have a lead, so that's good.
Oh. She's like, okay, we have progress. But that still gets me closer to that fucker. Oh god. Oh god. I have a month to get back. And a month to kill my father. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Oh, man. Let's recon. I'm okay.
As the
I'm
mythic
okay.
leg just, or the mythic league just looks at each other very nervously as Chloe's like, I am assuming just like pacing and talking to herself right now, having a bit of a nervous breakdown in front of the mythic league.
Chloe broke. Chloe broke. She's like, oh god, oh god, just pacing. Stupid motherfucker. Why did I have to fucking call it? Why did I have to give him the fucking van? Which,
That is
by
an
the way,
excellent point. You have no idea where the van is right now. It's unlikely that he would have taken it to wherever the hell he went. Although maybe not, you're not entirely sure. Perhaps you should see if like the van has been towed, or again, it's been a couple of days. If he's been incapacitated, then it's possible that the van might have been like impounded. You might get a clue as to where he was last seen or where he was.
Josh, call the tow companies, see if they have a very extravagant van that has Mythic League on it.
As he just goes, you do realize there's a lot of tow companies in London.
Then you better start get ringing numbers.
Alright, you're the boss, as he just like goes online and looks up the like list of tow truck companies and just starts like making phone calls.
Okay. Find Peter Kine. Find the Union Arms. The Lady Demont. Find the van. Find Morty. Okay. Sure. Okay.
As you're again just sort of like pacing back and forth, Bob will just sort of look at you and go, do you I don't know, do you know anyone who might be able to help you? I mean, we're all still new to London, like hell, we've been just trying to having trouble finding our way to the freaking mystery spots in this town. Like maybe there's somebody who might be able to be like a guide or something?
Adriana.
Who's that?
Like a friend. Friend of both of ours.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I'm waiting to hear back from her because I've already left a message for her saying I need to talk to her about this.
as I guess the Mythic League looks at each other, and again, you can tell they're just as concerned as you are. They're just
Jack.
desperately trying to suggest of anything. As one of them will go, "Oh yeah, I remember Jack. He seemed pretty nice." It's like we haven't seen him around for a while, though.
Phone. 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 and just starts typing. Check. If you get when you get this, please come to the hotel at your oh fuck it. Back. As soon as possible. Click.
As again you send the message, it goes off. And again, this is definitely not what you were expecting to happen, but definitely the worst case scenario has happened. So before we call the scene to a close, as the Mythic League is scrambling, um, freaking, oh gosh, Josh and Jillian are right now like calling different tow truck companies. Brian is like trying to see if there's any news reports about a van being towed. Bob and Frank are trying to like see if there's any like missing persons reports out right now. And little Marley is just, just giving you a sort of a comforting like pat on the shoulders, saying, "Don't worry, we'll find the boss. We always do, right?"
Yeah, we'll find him. And then I'm in a lot of trouble.
Indeed. And your closing thoughts as we draw the scene to a close, dear viewers.
God damn it. I did not want to find him this soon. I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Indeed. So, what is she going to do? What will Chloe Brothers do? Confronted with the prospect of coming before her father, the source of her ire, the thing that keeps her going, the thing that drives her, what will she do? What?
Fucking kill him.
Hmm. But will she be able to kill him? Who knows what allies and forces he can bring against her now? He was very specific in his letter that he will not go down without a fight. Something has changed within him, but it is not necessarily for the better. He is still a bastard. You can tell that by this whole cutting off Mortimer's foot and sending it to you thing. But now he is a bastard who has reached some sort of acceptance for what he is, and that can make him extremely dangerous. So, closing thoughts?
I'm gonna kill him. Or die trying. But I will get Morty back.
Indeed. And this, dear viewers, is where we pull away as Chloe Brothers begins to make preparations for getting her friend back, no matter the cost. But there will be blood, and it will be the blood of Zachary Brothers. So, thank you all for watching, and welcome back to Requiem for London.